welcome to my channel. It's Amanda here at Crafters Autonomous. So for today, I've got a fun project. I went to Hobby Lobby, I guess a couple weeks back now, and they had all their Christmas stuff 50% off. So we went to Hobby Lobby, we were shopping for different Christmas decorations, and one of the things we wanted to get were Christmas wreaths. So we knew we wanted like greenery with all the details and things on it, but we were looking and we were trying to decide, do we design our own or do we buy a pre-made one? So obvious advantages of the pre-made one is they look really pretty, you know what you're getting, no extra work. Advantages of the ones that you make yourself are you can get it to look how you want, and it's possibly going to be a lot cheaper. So I have two wreath designs that I'm going to be showing you today. All the items are from Hobby Lobby. I'll show you what I've got here. I have these two just basic wreaths. They are 24 inches and they were priced for $9.99. They were 50% off, so each of these about $5. And just as a point of reference, even with the 50% off and stacking coupons and things, the cheapest deal that I was able to get on a wreath that I actually liked and thought looked classy and not like super fake greenery would have come out to around the $20 price range. So just to kind of give you a comparison, we're keeping these wreaths that we're making under that $20 price point. So just keep that in mind. So wreath bases, $5. Then we found these super cute. I actually need to get some batteries to put in these, but they are these tiny lights. They have 20 bulbs. They have them in color and they had them in clear. These were $4.99, but they were 25% off. They didn't have the 50% off. So these came out to right around the $4 range once you factor in taxes. So let me get these out and get some batteries in here. Show you what we've got. And I've got a pack for each wreath. But what's cool about these is they have this timer function where they're on 6 hours, off 18 hours. So it's really nice because you just program the timer, assuming I can figure out how to use this. You program the timer and then you don't have to worry about turning the battery pack on and off. So you don't have to plug it in, just batteries, and it has a pretty long life, it says on here. So I'm gonna get some batteries in this and we'll try these out. So this thing calls for 4 AA batteries, and I'm not factoring batteries into the price of this wreath, but that might be a consideration. Look at how cute these are, and I'll unwind them when it's actually time. So, okay, so you have a flashing mode, and you have just a solid mode. So that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna get batteries in my other pack, and then I'll show you the other items that I'm putting on my wreaths. So now that we've got our lights ready, let me show you some of the other items that are going on these wreaths. So this first one here, we're going to have a red bow. And I'm not sure if I'll put this on the top or the bottom or the side, but just a pretty red bow. This was $4, 50% off, so $2 here. We got a bunch of these cute little, I don't even know what you'd call them. They've got like the little wires, skewer end. So, and they've got cute little berries. These, we got 10 of these. This particular style, they were 99 cents, 50% off, so 50 cents a piece. And we got 10 of these, so that brings it to $5. And that was the last item that we were going to be putting on this first wreath. So we have 5, we'll call this 4, so that's 9, plus 2, so that's 11, plus 5, so that brings this wreath to about $16. So not too bad when the cheapest completed wreath was in the $20 range. So we saved a few bucks there, and obviously, you know, if you time the sales right and get more than a 50% off discount, you can save even more. So that's what's going on the first wreath. The second one, we're doing a different style. We saw these clusters. I don't know what you call these things. They had a name like in the store section. I can't remember what it was. But you know, they've got the cute little like floral decor stuff. Anyways, these ones were super cute. We've got the big ornaments and the pretty berries and the glitter. But each of these were $4. So $4 full price, $2 half off. So we didn't want to get too many of these, so we decided to get just 3 of these, so that we got $6 worth of these. But then just 3 of these weren't enough for the wreath, so we also got these adorable bows. These were $5, 50% off, brought them down to $2.50. So $5 worth of bows. And then for another project, we had bought this pack of these cute little ornaments. It's the My Little Christmas brand thing that Hobby Lobby has. Super cute stuff. These were $6, half off, brings it down to $3, but I'm not actually factoring that price into the price of this wreath because, as I said, these were actually purchased for another project and we had some extra ones left over. So to sum up our second wreath style, we have $5 worth of bows, plus $6 worth of these things, so that brings it to 11, plus $4 for this, 14, $5 for the wreath, 19. So this one's a little more towards the $20 range, but as I said, $20, that was the lower end of things when the wreaths were 50% off, so I still feel like overall this isn't too bad, and I think this one's gonna look really cute when it's all put together. So let me change my camera angle and we'll start assembling these two wreaths. So I'm going to start mine by first of all fluffing my wreath a little bit just so I can get a good idea of how this is going to look once it's filled out, because that's going to help me with things like figuring out how to place the lights and also figuring out how and where I need to place the decorations so I know that it looks full and it doesn't look sparse, and just to figure out where trouble areas might be. I'm going to spend a moment here fluffing this, kind of coming outwards some. Honestly, the way this one was, I'm kind of just pulling it straight up and back, and it's fluffing it pretty good. You don't want to pull it too far to the side because, as you can see, you'll end up with weird gaping like that just because of the frame it's built on, so make sure you leave some going across the middle. But if you just kind of pull up and out, it gets a pretty nice fluff going on there. So you can see I've kind of fluffed it up. You can probably tell it looks a little bit thicker this way. Also, I'm going to pull this tag off of here before I forget. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lights on next because I think it'll look better if the lights are kind of tucked in. So it looks like it's kind of like tied on itself. You can stretch out to see about how long it is. So there's 20 of these bulbs. And if I stretch it way out, start here and kind of lay it around. I'm going to try to get it to go in full circle. Yeah, it looks like it'll be pretty good. So I'll be able to kind of keep it thick. Let's turn it on for a second so you can kind of get a feel for what it might look like. Now I'll do a clip at the end so you can really see how well the lights work. But something you want to keep in mind is this thing is really heavy. It's got 4 AA's, and this is pretty much the heaviest part of this whole wreath. My plan is going to be to put the bow in front of wherever I tuck the box in, so that way it's hidden. But because this is so heavy, I don't want to get in a situation where my wreath is hanging up and then this comes loose and it's hanging from the weight of the wire. So I'm actually going to get some, you can either just get some plain wire or you can get some floral wire, and I'm going to floral wire this onto here so that I don't have to worry about it accidentally falling off. So I'm just using some basic wire here, and I'm going to attach this on the back side of the wreath. And you want to keep in mind that this wreath has the on-off switch here. And if you're going to leave it with the timer setting, then you're good to go. Just you turn it on, hang it up, and it'll do the 6 hours on, 18 off. But in case you need to, change the battery or something, you may want to be able to access it, or you at least want to know where it's at. Those are just some things to keep in mind. I'm going to kind of tuck this on the back side here, where it can kind of be supported by the wire frame. So I'm finding a spot right here. There's a piece of wire going across. I'm going to kind of nestle it right in there and just wire it in place. So I cut a long piece of wire, and I'm going to come from the top across like this. And then I'm going to put a twist in here. And then go around like this so it'll really hold it on so it won't slide up or down. And it's also a pretty technique for wrapping ribbon on presents. So now if I hold this wreath up, kind of shake it around a little bit, it's holding pretty securely in place, so I'm good with that. The switch here is easily able to be accessed, so that's all good. If we look at it from the front, it's hidden pretty well. So I'm going to tuck my lights in here as we go around. Kind of going back and forth, so kind of out, and then in, and then out, and in. There you go. Let me kill the lights so we can see this really well. Alright, so obviously you can't fully see the wreath, but you get the idea that the lights are scattered in there pretty well. As we turn this to different angles, more of the lights appear. Next step is I'm going to add these pieces in, and I'm also going to think about where I'm going to put my bow. I'm debating with the bow whether to put it at the top and have this hanging down kind of in the middle, or whether I'd like it at the side. I'm probably going to do the top, just kind of really like that symmetry. I feel like it's a really classic look. Now sometimes the wire, it kind of comes undone when you have these bows, so make sure that before you attach it that you make sure that this wire is on the bow really securely so it'll hold and your bow won't come apart. I'm going to go in the top middle, and I'm going to pull lights away from it so I'm not just covering up a bunch of lights. So I feel like I'm not like, you know, wasting those lights or anything. I'm kind of just picking one little green piece here and I'm twisting it securely around that, and then the nice thing with that is I'll be able to move this one piece to be able to position the bow exactly how I want it. So now, last of all, we're going to add in our little pieces. So I got 10 of these. Now they all have these little wrappers on them, so obviously I'm going to pull those off. I'm going to take a moment to do that. Alright, so I finally finished getting all the tags off of these. Something I'll mention as a tip for when you go shopping for these things is sometimes in the bins and sometimes when you bring them home, they fall apart. Maybe like a pine cone snaps off, something like that. So when we were at the store, we had a couple we were looking at, and you know, they just been squished into the shelving really badly, and so it was like already loosened, and so one popped off. And then there were a couple of these pine cones in the bin, and some of them, like this one, didn't have as much on them. So, pro tip is to, if you see these extra broken off pieces, make sure you grab them because you can always glue them on. I'll either hot glue these together, use little super glue or tacky glue. Now obviously don't purposely break them in the store and then be like, oh, these are all with the same thing. You know, you have like one of these and like 20 pine cones. Obviously that's not legit. But don't forget to look for these little goodies that have broken off and make sure you grab them to fill in the ones that may have had some of the decoration pieces snap off of them. So I'm just going to tuck these in. I've got 10 of them, so I'm going to try to space them evenly, and then this wreath will be done. Remember, these things are pretty much made out of wire, so it's a good idea to bend the wire to really hook it on there securely. Another thing is these pieces coming off the top, most of them are wire, like the berry, the leaves, pine cones. So if you're trying to fill out your wreath more and you don't want to buy more things, you can always spread these little clusters apart, and so it'll give a bigger appearance on your wreath, even though it's still the same one small piece. That did just look small like that. Twisting the wire onto here, really pinching them in place, making sure they're secure. I'll glue this one on in a bit, but I'm just going to keep popping these in here evenly throughout, and then I'll show you the finished look. And just like that, we have turned our simple wreath into a very festive Christmas look. Now it's on to wreath 2. Again, I'm going to start by removing the tag and fluffing. I'm just going to kind of stand it up, spread them out a little bit. Alright, once I've got it fluffed again, I'm going to put my light box on here. So I'm going to flip the whole thing over. Again, I'm going to look for where I have one of these beams going across, so I'll be able to kind of set it on there. Alright, again, I've got to remove the packaging from these. I'm also going to take these bows off of here. So I'm just saying that these particular bows have this adhesive sticker. I'm not going to use that, but what I do need to be aware of is you need to make sure that when you cut your packaging off, that you don't accidentally cut the ribbon that was holding this whole thing together. So this right here, I believe, is actually holding this bow together. So I'm just going to pull this bigger cardboard piece off. It just slides off to the side like that, and that'll stay hidden behind there. But I want to make sure I don't accidentally cut those threads, because I think that might make my whole bow unravel if you look under there, and that would obviously not be good. And then of course I'm going to use an assortment of these cute little present boxes, but the number I use will depend on how full this gets it. So I'm going to start with these big picks. I think that's what they're called. I think they're called picks. That just came to me. So I really like these because they're very elegant, and yet they're so playful and fun and young. So it's a really nice balance here. I'm going to attach these ones much the same way I did the picks in the previous one. I'm going to kind of stick them in here and wrap the wire piece around so it holds securely. I'll wrap it around the frame up on this top side here. Again, a lot of these detailing pieces are wire, so you can kind of shape them as you desire. I'll do one last one right here, kind of towards the top of the wreath. Now I just have 2 of these bows, so I'm trying to kind of offset this so it doesn't have a super symmetric look. And I think if I do it kind of like that, kind of play around with this and see if I can get this to bounce. And of course these other gaps I will fill in with the presents. Now these ones don't have any kind of way to attach it, so again, you may want some floral wire. I'm just using some basic wire here. And even with the picks, if you don't want to bend the bases of them, you can always choose to use the floral wire in place of bending the picks. Try to just make sure that your pieces are attached securely to your wreath. So that when the door swings open and closed, or people bump by it, that the pieces don't come off. I love these ones. They're so much fun. They've got that nice like shimmer to them. I think they're just so playful. Alright, I'm liking that look so far. So now I'm going to use these little gift boxes to fill in some of these more sparse areas. So I've got 4 different colors. I'm going to pull out a few of each. Pretty sure there's a little bit of like styrofoam or something in there, but they're so cute and shiny. Whoa, there's a single blue one. I did not know that was in there. Hiding from us. Okie dokie. Now, I'm obviously not using all of these. Again, I'm going to need a little pieces of wire to attach this. They do have this cute ribbon on here that you could use to kind of tie it in place, but I'm going to use the wire so that way these can stay in these cute little bows on top. Look at how cute that is. Okay, it's a little hard the way the camera angle is to see all of them because I'm kind of tucking them back in there. I'm going to fasten these on and then I'll show you how it looks once it's all together. Alright, I just finished attaching the ornaments. You can see them peeking through there. And I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I think it's really cute. So I'll hang these both up and give you a look at the finished results. Here's a first look at our first wreath. So I don't have the lights shining on it super brightly right now, but that's because I wanted you to be able to see the little twinkle lights that are in there. They're super cute. And it's so nice that they have the battery and the timer so you don't have to be unplugging and replugging this wreath in all the time to get the cute lights. What I love about this wreath is how simple yet elegant it is. It's not only a very classic look, but it's also a very classy look. And personally, I'm a huge fan of classy, classic Christmas looks with the red and the green. Super elegant, super easy to throw together, and it wasn't too bad on the wallet either. And here is our second wreath. Again, kind of a dark first look, so you can hopefully see a little bit of the lights peeking through. There's a lot more to be seen in person. But this look is so much fun. There's so much sparkle and glitter and pizzazz, and I love it because it's so fun, but yet it's just as elegant as the first wreath was. Of course, this one's super easy to play up or play down. You can always add more ornaments, throw in another bow or another pick. I may add some more ornaments to the bottom, but it's super fun because it's a little bit symmetric but not super symmetric, and it just has that very playful vibe while still being very elegant and refined. So there you have it. Here are 2 really easy wreaths that turn out super cute and they're not too hard to replicate. So obviously, you know, you can save even more on these wreaths if you time it right with Hobby Lobby sales, and also try to stack coupons when they run promotions and things. And you can make these wreaths in not much time at all, but for a lot less than a pre-made wreath would be. Let me know in the comments down below which wreath you like better, whether you like the red bow classic one or whether you prefer the more fun sparkly one. I personally really like both these looks. I feel like they each have a lot to offer. This one goes with just about any theme, I feel like. And this one is great because it's so much fun, so much sparkle and vibrancy to it. So I hope you enjoyed watching me put these wreaths together and hopefully gives you some ideas on how you can decorate your place for Christmas. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up because that first of all helps me and it lets other people know that, hey, this video is worth watching. So if you think this video is worth watching, leave a thumbs up on it. And of course, as always, I feel like I'm always saying this and you probably hear this from every YouTuber ever, but please subscribe to my channel. Seriously, it makes a huge difference for us YouTubers and it really encourages us to keep making videos. So if you want to see more videos, I do all kinds of DIY crafting projects. I'll have some more Christmas ones. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and while you're at it, hit the little bell beside it so you'll get notifications whenever I post a new video. I post a new video every Tuesday. I call them Tutorial Tuesdays, 2 for short, and I sometimes post other random videos throughout the week. So make sure you click those buttons, the like, the subscribe, and the little bell, because it's like a Christmas bell. So naturally you have to click it, right? Happy crafting!